Then you had those hands. Tell us about the hands. That they were so mad. Up to there, weren't they?
I still think we could have got away with not actually having the hands, just sticking a bit of hair on them. But I guess it was all about scale. So the heads were bigger, the hands were bigger. I mean, I loved having those big muscular forearms, but the sausage fingers, and you know, when you need to use the loo in between takes, it's so disappointing. It's just
the scale.
Yeah, the scale
It's not
issue.
the dexterity that you have
Because
in
we
your
didn't
fingers.
go kind of full
Surely the
dwarf.
Wetter Boys could have helped out with that as well. Surely they could do anything these days.
I was offered a set of hands as a souvenir, and I was like, you know what, you can keep them.
Keep your sausage fingers.
Imagine going into a closet and having those just hanging there.
I'm going through customs with a box of hands. Like, who's this?
We are the dwarves of Erebor. We have come to reclaim our homeland.
You have no right to enter that mountain.
I have the only right. I will not risk this quest for the life of one burglar.
His name is Bilbo.
I mean, it was a prosthetic forehead and nose and a head, and obviously the wig, which went on, I think, 270 times. And each face, once it's off, it's finished. But it evolved through shooting. So we started with something which was much more extreme, and slowly they realized that we were going to see a lot of Thorin's face. So if it was too extreme, we wouldn't really be reading what we were supposed to be. So they made it closer to my own features, which I'm very grateful for. But
That was a very PC way of saying they thought it looked weird and they changed their mind.
Yeah. It was weird though, because at the end of the shoot, having had that thing on my face for so long, I went directly to work on another movie. I think I finished on the Friday and started work on the Monday, and my face was so over animated because the muscles in my face from making that silicon move. So I had to really kind of focus on, you know, not doing anything.
Wow.
How long did it take you to get into your set?
It was about 3 hours.
About 3 hours every day, and then de-rigging probably what, an hour and a half?
If you can stop 5 seconds.
2 seconds, yeah. But I mean, and then to have to actually give a performance through that, it's remarkable.
With the elves, when we were doing fighting scenes, I had this leather sort of chest plate, and I wore a suede costume, and so the whole costume, you know, didn't move as comfortably as normal civilian clothing, and I would have all sorts of sort of pinches and discomfort. And right before I would think to, you know, I would verbalize a complaint on set, I would just stop and I would look over at a dwarf. And I'd see what they were carrying and the amount of armor and the fat suit and the prosthetics and the hands and everything. And then they've got these weapons that are twice as heavy as what I'm dealing with, and I would just zip my lips and think, I'm just gonna not complain. You
know, raising the animosity between dwarves and elves was pretty much based on the fact that they got to wear ear tips. And actually, on one occasion, I think it was one of the first days we were shooting in Riverdale in the first movie, there was a boy in a gossamer nightgown with 2 little pieces of silicone on his ears who fainted because of the heat, and all the dwarves are sitting there going, come on, come on, really, you're going to faint.